Our ethical practices and beliefs are exhibited through our core values here at BuildASign, and we use them on a daily basis, and we use them in all of our review processes and in all of our decision making at every level of the company. We have signposts, which we use as an indication of stakeholder values as well. And so every decision that we make across the board, we're always asking, how does this impact the community? How does this impact the character of the team members that we're working with? How does this impact our desire to go out and challenge ourselves and improve ourselves and better the environment and the individuals that we work with at every level? You know, most awards focus really on accomplishments from a technical perspective, but really one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, are the values of a business. And having an award that's focused on that and recognizing companies for achievement in that area is awesome. One of the great things about working at BuildASign is the focus that we put on combining a lot of different values into the projects that we work on and trying to figure out how do we achieve our business goals while at the same time achieving all of our ethical standards as well. And so one of the projects that we've recently gotten to work on is taking the waste that's produced in our banner printing process, partnering with a local sustainability company that produces tote bags out of that waste, out of that vinyl. And then we have those products actually manufactured and assembled by a local nonprofit that employs refugee women and then sold in sustainability stores throughout the country. And so being able to engage in projects like that that take advantage of our products, our talent, our time, our focus, and leveraging all of these different really interesting and synergistic ways across the board with other organizations is one of the really neat things we get to see when we combine innovation and ethics together.
What ethics means to me is the age-old principle that we've heard from the time we enter grade school, that you treat others the way you want to be treated. It's important to us as a company. As the person in charge of the operations team, our customers are not only external, but also our employees. And everything that we do every day, it really is as simple as just thinking through, if this were me, if I were on the other end of this, how would I want this to be handled? And the fact that we're being recognized today means that it's still important and that the work that we do, the effort that we put into taking care of people matters.
You probably noticed on your way in the building today that we've got stones out there, and it's based on David and Goliath. These are the 5 stones we're going to take to battle. So before we had a mission statement, we had these stones. We've got faith, quality, innovation, passion, and integrity is one of those stones. And so that speaks directly to the ethics of this company, and that we always hold ourselves to the utmost standards. I think finding unbiased news today is rare. If it was not fair, quality news, people wouldn't hang on to it. They trust us, and we take that very sincerely.
You know, before Community Impact Newspaper started, there was this idea in the newspaper industry that the insiders were the ones who got to know the information first, and it's gotten even worse as the industry has evolved. It's becoming more expensive to pay for news, and I love the fact that our newspaper's mission is that everyone deserves to know what's happening in their own backyard. And to me, that's just, that's fair. Why is it just the people who have enough money or just the insiders? Why are they the ones that get to know whether or not a big development's coming behind their backyard? We think that everyone deserves to know this information, and it's part of the higher, we think, a moral authority that as a company that we have in our mission to inform citizens about what's happening around them.
What ethics basically means to me, I think you start with the golden rule. Everything grows from that. So do unto others if you would have them do to you. And IBM as a company has taken that concept and developed 3 core values that are advocated by all of the executives here. So those 3 values are dedication to a client's success, and innovation that matters to the world, and then trust and personal responsibility in every relationship.
To me, ethics mean being fair, being just in how we behave, make sure that we have trust in our relationship with our customers, within each other, And one of the things that IBM has is we have these values, and one of them is the trust and personal responsibility on all our relationships. So being ethical is part of that trust that we have in our relationships with others.
When I think about my daily life or I think about my interchange with people around me, I'm always thinking about respect for the individual. It just comes down to this protege-mentor relationship path. So the story I want to tell you today about mentoring happened to me just over a decade ago. I was in the airport sitting with a very esteemed professor of computer science, and while we were just sitting there waiting for an airplane, Dr. Brown asked me, he said, "Scott, what's your legacy at IBM?" And I started to tell him about all of the accomplishments that I'd had, all the successes that I had, everything I'd built at IBM, and he quickly cut me off. And he said to me, "Scott, you could build a building and in 60 years the building will become a slum and be torn down." And I realized what he was teaching me was that the legacy is in the people that you leave. Mentoring of people, getting them forward, and helping the organizational capacity grow, the corporation, by making these people better than they would have been if I didn't help them.